This is Donny Jackson, editor of IWC's Urgent Communications, and today I'm speaking with Tom Bellata of Assured Wireless Corporation. Tom, thanks for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you, Donny. Glad to talk.
So, here at IWC 2019 in Las Vegas, a lot of talk about FirstNet, coverage, capacity, and there's just a whole lot of interest in exactly what kind of performance people are going to get if they subscribe to one of these public safety broadband networks. But one of the big things I keep hearing over and over is high-powered UEs, and it keeps coming up in that it's supposed to be ready this year. Is that the case?
Donny, absolutely. Yeah, you've probably known, we've talked with you before over the past couple years. We've been working hard at it within the early builder networks and testing it and really showing some of the proven coverage that it has. Got some fundamental patents in order to help make it a reality. And now finally, I think 2019 is going to be the breakthrough year.
Okay.
We're working closely with AT&T in order to help accelerate into the market, and by the end of the year you'll probably see it in one or more products that will be out there that will really help extend the coverage and really be a game changer in terms of what first responders need in order to bridge that coverage area and really increase the reliability, whether it's underground parking or in-building type of capabilities.
Okay, so in terms of it being ready, how much of it was, hey, we still needed to work on the technology on the device end, and how much of it was, hey, we need some evolution within the network?
So it was a mixture. A little bit of it was working with AT&T in terms of their new requirements, so we had to modify some of our early capabilities. And then also, as we started integrating with their testing, we saw that we need to make use of some of the later technologies within the base stations too. You already know in terms of this year is going to be also the year for Release 13 base stations, and those will really help make the HPUE capabilities be fully prevalent and reduce any type of interference issues as well. Some people are worried about the interference of the higher power causing it there. Within the Release 13 base stations, that helps mitigate a lot of those issues and really it makes use of being very effective within the network.
Okay, and when we say high power, how high power are we talking about?
6 times the power of your normal cell phone. So your normal cell phone's at 200 milliwatts. We're going to be transmitting at 1.25 watts, and that makes a huge difference. It really brings the network into parity. I think someone told me best that a base station's kind of like an alligator, a big mouth and small ears, and so when you're transmitting at the normal cell phone coverage, it doesn't hear you, and we bring it into space where now you're going to drop the call pretty much equal between the uplink and downlink. Okay,
and so and band 14 is unique that way in that it's actually allowed to do 1.2 watts, right?
Yep, FirstNet was very smart in terms of enabling band 14 and a combination both for what the first responders need from the base station, but also to enable it as device-to-device starts becoming prevalent over the next couple of years as well.
Okay, well, so in terms of what kind of performance are we talking about here? So 6 times, is that like double the range, or how does it work?
Yeah, that's a great question. Wireless is always one of those where it's not an absolute.
It depends. The answer to all wireless questions.
But when you look in general, it's pretty much the case where you're going to come close to doubling the range or realistically tripling the coverage area of a base station, or alternatively you'll get through an extra wall or two or floor and if you're in the in-building type of scenario.
Okay, and this works both connecting to the network and is also from the standpoint of, you mentioned device to device?
Yeah, it's still a little bit early for the device-to-device.
Okay.
The chipset manufacturers aren't quite there, but we're ready to go once they are.
Okay, and then of course, as always, if I have an external antenna on a powered vehicle, it's going to be different than if I have it in my something in my pocket, I guess.
Yeah, and you know, there's several different reasons, of course, but when you have something on the rooftop, it has position capability, it has better gain, and that's always the best. Something portable, though, that might be belt worn or so, that's going to be coming out pretty shortly, too. That's going to be very valuable, though. Where I see the biggest value of that, actually, is what happens in the cities as soon as there's an emergency on one of those buildings. Elevators stop and everyone's in the stairwell. Where is the coverage worst? It tends to be in the stairwell.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that's going to be a game changer for those firefighters trudging up those steps.
You know, that's a really great point. Well, I'll tell you what, Tom, I'm really looking forward to the announcements. Please keep in touch and let us know when stuff's happening.
We absolutely will. Thank you very much, Donnie.